I have that effect anyway. But the point I'm making here is any man who sits and goes, oh, I hate whores, I hate hoes, that's all a fucking lie. There's scenarios in which they're very welcome and very liked. But there's scenarios in which they're not. So everyone has their standing in life. Everyone has their place in life.
Yeah.
Bonnie, even I would argue, maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but you can correct me. Bonnie will have sex with one man, or have sex with a certain type of man, or have sex with whoever, but she'd marry a different type of man. To marry someone is different than having sex with someone. You wouldn't just marry anyone, would you? You'd have to kind of like him.
Yeah, for sure. It'd be completely different. Like, I generally have sex with anyone of legal age, but if I'm thinking of marriage, it's completely different.
Okay, so even in Bonnie's mind, there are people she treats a certain way and respects in a certain way, and there's people she has sex with without any emotional attachment. That's exactly how it is as a man. There's a woman you'll treat a certain way and have a certain amount of feeling for, and there's women you just fuck. That's it. So everything's actually fine. Men saying they hate whores and they hate all this, that's all a fucking lie. Men love whores in the right scenario. So you're asking me, my girlfriends. Well, I mean, it depends. If you catch me on a boat, if you catch me on my yacht with 25 women, are they all virgins? Fuck no. But do I have children from some virgins? Yes.
If you ever host a virgin party, count me in.
How would you get into a virgin party?
Well, no, but I'd be there to take the virginities. I'm obsessed with it.
Why are you obsessed with taking boys' virginities?
Well, just like how Andrew likes 18-year-old.
Wait. Okay. Careful now.
Sorry, should I go
I'm
younger?
under investigation. What I have said.
Andrew, 18 is a legal age. I don't know what you class as legal.
No,
but
18 is legal. You're right.
Yeah.
But the reason, actually, and it's interesting you said this, but the reason men prefer younger women is because they have less history. That's why. The average 22-year-olds live less life than the average 30-year-old. That's why men prefer younger women in general. But sorry to interrupt you, but I'm just clarifying because
See, do you see how she doesn't try to talk over him? I have this problem. But that's how sex workers make men fall in love. Is because she's more feminine than most of the tradcon women.
gets clip farmed, and before you know it, I'm back in handcuffs.
No, not 18, 19. But I'd happily take an 18-year-old on their birthday, like
Why?
closer to 18. I just want them, to be young, innocent. I want to strip them from that. I want to
steal
take
their
their
innocence.
I want to watch
Like
their
Shang
toes curl up as they come for the first time from a girl. Like, I love that. And I also think it's educational. So I'm obsessed
How's
with
it
it.
educational?
You think about sex education at school. It's from a middle-aged teacher that's not been laid. And they basically say, you have sex, or you're probably going to die from an STD. There's no information. If anything, they should whip up one of my DVDs, put it on screen. No, look, that's how the dick enters the pussy. This is how you get a girl wet. There's none of that. So me having sex with them shows this is a woman's body. Yes, a woman's, Andrew, not trans. And
I don't think you're trans.
And
We'll come to that.
They don't know how to pleasure a girl. They've not touched a girl. They've just watched videos, online.
Robert had a question. He said she could have banged a rich wanker. No, why would a decent looking girl do this? Well, Rob, if she gets a rich guy, she has to give up freedom. And in girl world, that's why women love Taylor Swift. They love Kim Kardashian, because it's women that got the ultimate freedom and still got the high value guy. Now, will Kim Kardashian stick the landing? I doubt it. Taylor Swift, it looks like she might, but that's why she wouldn't do it, because then she would have to give up her freedom and she'd have to listen to someone. Now, are you going to tell me what time is this tournament?
Are they slapping, these choking, these hair pulling, and then they go to do it on a woman or a girl for the first time?
That's
She's
terrible.
probably going to cry rape the next day.
Yeah, you're probably going to get a criminal charge of that. Probably get sued if that happens.
Probably need to talk from experience there, but like with me, I love educating them. Like, they've never fingered a girl before. They've never.
So you
learnt what
educate
they
your
like.
guys when you sleep with them?
Not all the time. Some of them are in their 80s and their wife's dead. Like, they've been having sex for years, but some of them are 18 and haven't lost their virginity. They haven't been having sex. So I love lying there and saying, look, do whatever you want to me, trial and error. And if anything, I'm protecting women, because then the next girl they sleep with, they know how to choke properly, they know how to slap, they know how to fuck, and they know how to pleasure her. And also I give them such a safe environment. Like, I mean, if you had an 18-year-old son, would you send him to me on his 18th birthday?
No.
So okay, so your son will probably lose his virginity after going to a club. He's probably been drinking, the girl might have done drugs. You then go back to some hotel or parents' house.
I don't think
whatever.
I'm raising him that way.
Okay,
Yeah.
but regardless.
What about if he falls in love and loses his virginity to someone he loves.
And what if the world becomes a really happy place? You're talking, it's unrealistic.
That's the best bar she had the whole time. Yeah, because it's an ego death. The trads, they're like, I want this idealistic world. And they're like, nope, it's not idealistic. Let's be realistic.
When people lose their virginity, it's probably after a night out.
So it's more realistic I send my son to you.
Yeah.
Who slept with 1,000.
Are you saying, Rob, that your children are going to do what you want?
On your 18th, on his 18th
Because
birthday, I'll go
they're
and find
independent
him.
people, Rob.
They
They can
Now
make their own
who's
decisions,
controlling?
Rob.
They
Don't
can.
come out with that crap.
But
Well,
when you
I think my kids are... You don't have kids, and I think my
No.
kids are older than your kids. So, de facto, I think I've got a bit more experience in being a dad. Because
his
everyone
18th
talks...
That's the other thing. So trads always think they know more because they've been married and have children. But they're usually the biggest victims of like a really bad divorce or, I mean, they're usually the biggest simps, married guys. Yeah.
talks about how it is until their kids actually do disobey them, which they do.
No, they won't.
Right, Rob, on your
Yeah, he's right about that. Kids do disobey their parents.
son's 18th birthday, I'll be stood on the driveway with a balloon and a happy birthday card.
That's funny.
I'll take his virginity, but I'll take him to a safe, controlled environment. I'm not going to cry and rape the next day. I'm STD tested. I can educate him on a body. So the next girl he sleeps with, because if that's the girl he falls in love with, she's going to want a good shag. She's going to want to be pleasured. She's want to walk away from him and go, fuck, that was good. Yeah, I want to see him again. I want to stay loyal to him because he was amazing in the bedroom.
Rob, you should do it.
Do you really believe this?
Rob, do
Yeah.
it.
Okay, would you send your son to Bonnie, age 18, birthday?
I don't